All right, let's talk about relationships and coaching swimming. It's the weekend, so this one's going to be a little bit longer. On Friday, I called up an old mentor of mine because I was looking for some advice about how I would proceed with this thing called coaching swimming. And he was a little bit hesitant to give me advice. He said, "Chris, you really want me to be honest with you? Because the last person I was really honest with, they got angry with me when I told them." And I said, "You know what? I value your advice. Hit me with it." And and what he told me was that when you coach, you have to be all in. Not only do you have to be all in, but all the people in your life have to be all in. Your wife has to be all in. Your kids have to be all in. Your family needs to know that your job comes first. And I felt that same punch in the stomach that he had tried to sort of warn me of. But you know, the way that he said it, he really he said, "I wish it wasn't this way, but this is the way it is." Um, and so I got off that phone call, and I was a little sad. And later on in the day, I was reading an article about Dennis Cotterill retiring down in Australia. For those of you who don't recognize that name, this guy is an incredible coach who's been in the same club in Australia for like 40 some odd years. He coached Grant Hackett to multiple Olympic distance titles. He coached Sun Yang, who sort of grabbed the mantle after. And so I'm reading this article about him retiring. It says he's going back to part-time coaching. But there's this really sad part of the article where he talks about the fact that, he never considered having a relationship. He never considered that as having kids of his own or even getting in a relationship that would lead to him having kids, because he knew that the job demanded too much. And, I think sometimes people can gloss over this when they're talking about, well, the swimmers are my kids. But the way he was talking about it, it sounded sad. It sounded sad also because he cited as a reason for his retirement that he had finally found a partner in life. And that person had been putting up with his schedule for 4 years, and now he didn't want that person to have to do it anymore. So all this to say that there ought to be a lot of conversation about relationships and coaching swimming. I'm going to keep having that conversation. I understand the way it is. I understand what my mentor was trying to tell me. But when you read an article like that about a great coach and you get sad in that way, something's got to change. Something's got to change in our profession, that the best of the best don't have to say that to the people that they love in their lives. Have a nice weekend, everybody.